Hello everyone, Guardian E here, and welcome to my guide and breakdown video for an unsung heroine of Fire Emblem, and possibly one that you have only until now considered as Moonbow fodder, Eldest Whitewing, Palla. Hopefully that changes now. Palla is a solid overall unit, and has been my red on my main flyer team since the very beginning, and considering her overall utility, I'm not replacing her anytime soon. So, let's take a closer look at Palla. Palla is a middle-of-the-road, jack-of-all-trades character. She has solid, well-rounded stats. At neutral, she has 42 HP, 31 attack, 31 speed, 28 defense, and 26 resistance. The issue is that this game generally favors units with more lopsided stat spreads, geared towards specialists. That said, while some consider this to be a weakness of Palla, I consider Palla to be a blank canvas for a variety of different builds, depending on your IVs. She is a reliable green counter. If you need someone who can consistently and reliably handle troublesome greens in the meta, Palla's your girl. Palla is accessible, relatively common. You likely have a few of them sitting in your barracks right now. Since she can be pulled at 3-star, there's a good chance you'll have 10 Pallas ready for merge before you have a couple of Alencias. Palla is largely only competing with 3 other red flyers in the game: Sheeta, Halloween Noe, and Alencia. One is seasonal, another is 5-star only, and the last has niche usage. Depending on the build you go for, Palla is a fairly low investment character. Her kit out of the box is pretty good, which is excellent for free-to-play players. Palla is the only unit with the valuable Goad Flyers skill, so cherish your Pallas. Your flyers will appreciate her contribution. As far as her weaknesses are concerned, while a jack-of-all-trades, Palla is, unfortunately, a master of none. The current meta favors hyper-offense, so Alencia is a common recommendation over Palla, though Alencia does lack some of the bulk that Palla has, which allows her to remain viable in her own right. Palla is also IV dependent. You really need solid IVs to make Palla shine. So let's take a look at some builds for Palla. First up is probably the most budget build, but still one that is incredibly effective if you're looking for someone who can shrug off every green attack that comes your way. This build performs better on enemy phase because Palla can tank those hits, not allow the enemy special to proc, and doubles on retaliation with a Moonbow. She survives against all arena build variations of popular powerful greens like Dorcas, Hector, Amelia, and Brave Ike, and even the new Christmas units like Christmas Lissa and Christmas Chrom. This is harder than it sounds, since most of the competitive builds for Brave Ike use Ignis proc to delete a lot of the red threats in the game. She even survives most popular variations of green mages like a fully buffed Nino, or a Cecilia, Sonia's, or Julia's, which allows her to bait in clutch situations. Fury 3 adds to Palla's bulk, and enhances her overall balanced stat spread. Swordbreaker is a great option for the B slot, allowing her to double and prevent doubles against other speedy sword users. Other B slot alternatives include Quick Riposte, or her default Wings of Mercy. This build also allows Palla to bait and KO some of the new dragon threats in version 2.0, such as this ferocious chicken. If you want someone on your team to take care of any green threat, and do it consistently, without doubt or question, you can comfortably run this build. It's surprisingly effective. Next up, we have the ever-popular Wodao variation of Palla. Either a plus speed or a plus attack boon can successfully run this build, though Palla should run the opposite attack or speed seal to balance out her offensive stats and secure more kills. Swift Sparrow yields the greatest results in the A slot, however you can certainly run Darting Blow or Life and Death as alternatives. Swordbreaker in her B slot allows her to comfortably double speedy red sword users, even without full flyer buffs. With the Wodao itself, you want to upgrade to the speed path. That boosted Wodao damage actually allows Palla to confront and take out some common blue threats, as long as her special is procced and ready to go. The basic idea is that speed boosts allow her to proc Moonbow more often and get that juicy 10 extra damage from the Wodao's effect. With that special damage boost, she cuts through greens and reds like butter, eliminating meta threats like Brave Ike, Hector, and Ira, as seen here. She still has her substantial bulk, so while she is a player phase unit, she can also tank when necessary. If you manage to pull a spare Soleil, you can opt to run this fairly standard but extremely effective Fire Sweep build. It allows her to comfortably and safely attack enemies without any fear of retaliation, and she can be repositioned to safety after a kill. Life and Death is used because her bulk is a non-consideration due to her inability to counter. It makes more sense to go all out on her offensive stats. With this build, you want to secure as many doubles as possible, so the best results come from a speed boon with a speed seal. Now this is a little impractical, but still fun, essentially a knockoff Alencia. This Brave Sword build is only recommended with high stacking flyer buffs. The Fury helps reach that HP threshold for Brash Assault to activate. Once activated, Paula absolutely slaughters the opposition, quadding everyone freely and annihilating 95% of the cast on initiation. Luna is the best special for quadding, helping deal with bulkier opponents. As you can see in these examples, blues like Brave Lucina and Fjorm, armors like Effie, and even dragons like Noe, everything crumbles before 4 successive hits with a Luna proc and flyer buffs. To be sure, this is an expensive Paula build, but one that will definitely strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. One particular advantage of the Brash Assault plus Desperation combo is that Brash Assault negates the effects of Swordbreaker and Wary Fighter on the enemy units, forcing the speed stat to decide the doubling potential. What this means is that this build of Paula can take on certain armors and sword killer units that other builds of Paula could not on player phase. So who pairs best with Paula? Well, Paula appreciates flyer buffs, and pairs very well with other attack-oriented greens like Spring Camilla and Cherche that are running goad flyers. If you ended up building a Spring Camilla using my last guide, know that she works extremely well with Paula. Brave Lucina is also a good option and can help buff Paula's speed on hybrid teams. Similarly, any infantry green mages such as Ninos, Julias, or Sonias can pair well with her to provide ranged magical damage on the other side of the weapon triangle. For this very reason, Halloween Henry is another good pairing and can be a potent combo if you decide to give Paula the Guidance Seal to assist with Henry's limited movement. And that concludes my comprehensive guide and breakdown for Eldest Whitewing, Paula. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful, and if you did, please leave a comment, like, and feel free to subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, protect those skies.